Hey, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. How the hell are you? I hope you're all well. Can you see that new picture of me there? Or is it going to play silly buggers again and not show it? Oh, it's showing it. Goody. How are we all? How are we this fine Wednesday? Are we keeping warm? Good grief. I went to meet my son today to have a meal, take him out for a meal, and I was so cold. I could barely concentrate. I was like, I can't be doing with this. And as we were sat eating our scampi and chips, which we're prone to do on a Wednesday, um, he said, "What you doing tomorrow, Mum?" I said, "I'm staying in. I'm going nowhere. This weather does not agree with me." Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Well, I'm old. Let's face it, I am. I'm an oldie. No two ways about it. So I just said to him, he said, "Oh, well, I thought I might go here, there, I might go there." And I went, "Well," he said, "Oh, if you fancy coming, you can come." I said, "Are you kidding me? I'm not going anywhere." I got in my car today and it was -3. -3. Hello? This body, this brown body does not go with -3. It's just, nah, nah, not happening, guys. So how are we all today? Are we well? I hope you're all well. Um, and keeping warm. Hi, Barley. I hope everyone is having a blessed, great day. Oh, that's lovely. I hope you are as well, Barley. I hope you're keeping warm as well. Hey, Edna. Hey, Edna, Edna. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're well. Hey, Random Fish. I hope you're well. You did make me smile yesterday when you said, when you asked if my Patrick was one of my sons. No. He's not one of my sons. He's a German. He's a German pilot. And I just love him to pieces. He's just a really lovely, lovely guy. And I've met him a couple of times now. And yeah, he's just an absolute delight. I think he just likes me because I'm a bit crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. Shouldn't be singing, should I, guys? Um, there you go. So let's see what you're saying in the chat here. What's this? I've gotten addicted to cooking with crock pot. It's so simple and practical. Oh, nice. Do you cook on the hob, like on the top with that? Um, or is it in the oven? I haven't left the house in 48 hours. It was -4. Oh my God. That's the lowest. That's over -17 centigrade. Don't blame you. It's like, I got in my car and even that sort of went, are you having a laugh? Can't you just stay in? And I was like, well, no, I've got to take the boy out. And so it very begrudgingly kicked into action and I hate it. When you go out there and you've got to start scraping the windscreen. Sod that for a lark. Can't be bothered with it, guys. um yeah, you thought Patrick was yours. Well, I say he's mine because he is. He's like my third son. He's adorable. He's on it. You should follow him on Insta. He's got like how many? 700 and what's he got? Over 700k followers. He's quite well known over there. I don't know why I'm laughing. No idea why I'm laughing. And he's a Pilot Patrick. Um, Hi, you're well. Good, I'm glad you're well, Edna. I'm still in my meeting though. Oh, good. Well, pay attention to the meeting, okay? Because you can always watch this on repeat. Um, And if you fancy coming in, give us a yell, darling. All right, you're always welcome. Ah, he has an infectious smile like you. So I thought you were related. I'm going to tell him that. That's going to make his day. Ah, bless him. Yeah, I know. I hate it. I hate it. Random fish. Don't pay attention to your meeting, Edna. Just don't. Well, whilst I was faffing about getting ready for this, I found this, which I thought was really interesting. It's a channel, and I will link him below. He hasn't got many subscribers, bless him. And I thought, oh my God, let's have a look. Look. Now, this is, it says overnight, in case you can't see it, overnight snowstorm at, I think that's University, British Columbia, Vancouver. Um, oh my God. And that's today. Can you imagine? See, I just wouldn't even go out. I'd be like, nope. It's funny, as you get older, you get more wary. I'm much more wary about falling over in bad weather now. And I think it's because I'm an oldie. I mean, back in the day, I'd be the first one out there hurling, snowballs at all and sundry. That was my gig. Um, and also when the kids were younger, I used to like it. But a few years back now, myself and my youngest boy, we were walking to the shop, and I misjudge what some people don't realise is you can misjudge the pavement to where it fits the road. Do you know what I mean? Or as you call it, the sidewalk over in America. So there we were, minding our own business, and all of a sudden I've slipped and hurt myself. That's another thing. When you get older, you hurt yourself so much easier. And oh my God. Anyway, so I'm lying in the snow like a beached whale. My son didn't really know what to do. And this other guy, this young guy from across the road, came hurtling over in the snow to rescue me. Probably because I don't go down very gracefully. I go down like scaffolding. Do you know what I mean? Like clatter, 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 and a very loud scream normally. And anyway, so he picked me up and brushed me off, and my son just sort of stood there looking at me very disapprovingly. And yeah, I was like, I'll be all right. I'll be. He said, you sure, love? You sure you'll be all right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be all right. Oh my God. And that was years ago. I mean, I think my son was still at school, and he's not anymore. He's works now. So yeah, that was years ago, and I still remember it. And it just makes me really, really nervous because I'm a terrible one for falling over, guys. I know you sort of look at me and think, oh well, she's svelte. I'm not. Oh God. And you know that saying that is like what is it? The biggest the larger you are, the heavier the fall, something like that. And I think it's a case like when you get to a certain age, it's like, you just don't want to fall over. It's not nice, guys. So I had a fall, was it in the I think it was last autumn. I fell down some steps. I'm good with steps, guys. Show me some steps and I'll be down them. Or I'll even fall up them. I'm just a disaster, really. So I fell down these steps close to home, and I sat there and it was really dark. It was dark. And I sat there and actually thought, I think my life may come to an end. I think this is where it's going to end. Um, not that I'm dramatic at all, okay? But I did actually feel because it was nighttime and because it was dark, and uh, I thought it hurt. It did hurt. Um, and yeah, and the thing is, I'd got down the first 6 steps, and I think there were only about 2 left, and I just crashed down the last 2. Oh, not a pretty sight. Anyway, moving on. Hi, Bea. How are you, darling? I bet driving in those conditions is dangerous. I know. And the thing is, some people still do it. And some people drive as if it's a normal day. No, there's all that white stuff there. What are you doing? God's sake, so many idiots. Yes, I don't have the proper winter boots. No, I don't. But this is the first winter in a bit that is truly cold. But I still think it'll warm up quickly. I do too. I do. I hope. We haven't actually had any snow where I am. I'm quite lucky. I'm inland. Right. If you look at England, right, I'm right and go to the middle. I'm just down from there on the outskirts of London. That's where I live, north of London. And yeah, so we managed to normally get away with not having, any extreme weather. We're very lucky, I have to say. So I can't remember. Oh, I don't know. Did we have a bit? If we have snow like this, it's normally gone in a couple of days. So yeah, I don't know how people cope with it going for like weeks. I couldn't bear it. Anyway, so as you can see, I've liked it and I will definitely link it. So let's have a look. So this is an overnight snowstorm. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay, that's his channel. So either I would say he's either a teacher or a student at the uni. Doesn't really matter, does it, guys? Look at this. As I say, if we have it, we have had it like this before. Not in a long time though. And if we do, as I say, it's done and dusted within a few days. What I don't understand is why they don't have any gritting or any grit on the roads. I mean, where you live, do you have grits around there? It is beautiful. It is beautiful. That's why I thought it'd be quite nice just to have a look at it. Yeah, it's snow, Bea. It's snow. Um, Barley says, I've been to London. Have you? Blackpool, Swansea, and Birmingham. I liked Blackpool the best. Did you? I've never been to Blackpool or Swansea or Birmingham. But I was born in London, so there you go. Yeah, Vancouver is nice. Is it normally cold there? Is it normally sort of, do they get like is it sort of North Canada? I don't know. Grits, yeah. Over here we call it gritting the road. And what it is you get like a council driving around in big trucks throwing salt. That's a very basic way of putting it. But they have like, I don't know, I've never seen. Oh yeah, they're like great big trucks, and out the back of it comes a whole load of salt, although it looks like it's mixed with sand. And we have like matrix signs saying gritting tonight at 9 o'clock or something like that. So yeah, it's quite funny because compared to other countries, England get away with it quite well. What you normally find in the north of England, they get a lot worse weather. It's much colder, especially Scotland. Um, it's much colder, and also they suffer a lot with snow. Whereas the lower you go down, the more southern you go in England, it's not quite so bad. And so I'm quite lucky to be a southerner. Still snowing, look. Mind you, there's not many cars on the road, is there? So does anyone in chat, or if you watch this on replay, let me know in the comments below. Does anyone not have snow where they live? I've never seen anything like this in Vancouver. It's more temperate. Oh, really? But they do get some cold. It's near Seattle. Oh, right. That's where my son's, my eldest boy's friend moved there. Oh, must be years ago now. He moved to Seattle. So yeah, and it, which is America, isn't it? Oh, gonna cough. Hang on. Every time I would visit England, I had shopping lists for friends. I bet you did. Hang on, I need a drink. Manchester United original merch, scarves, shirts, and so on. Oh, God. I bet that cost a fortune, didn't it, Barley? If you're buying the original stuff, it's expensive. I'm done with your meeting. Okay, darling. I'll get you up. Oh, God, I think I'm going to sneeze. Nobody wants that. Not online. Me, says Bridge. Do you not get snow? Oh, you lucky so-and-so. Hang on, another cough. So, Bridge, don't tell me you've never seen snow. Have you never seen snow? Yeah, Random Fishers, Lucky Bridge. I know there's lots of countries that don't get snow, and they're quite sort of curious about it, aren't they? But yeah, I'd really rather not. Just 1 second. Let's just move this over. Let's just move this a little bit. I'm just faffing. Oh, well, I didn't want that. That's for sure. We got someone coming up. I'm so good at this. Hi, darling. How are you? Sort out.
I'm doing. I am
Good.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You had a meeting.
Oh, it's good to be back. Yes, I had a meeting. I was gonna say that our temperature got up to 36 degrees here, which it feels like I'm ecstatic. I've never been so happy for it to be nearly freezing because it's just been like negative temperature, so it's been so cold. Oh, thank you.
So you like
Thank you for the warm welcome.
Listen, I wanted to put on excuse me. I wanted to put on that song by it's gone out of my head. Something and Lee, Peters and Lee, that goes, "Welcome home. Welcome." Da, 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 da. So I may put that on. I may put that on my short. Okay? Just so that you know,
Nice,
there you
yeah.
are, curled up on your
Thank
chair
you.
as usual.
No.
You were
I am
missed, I
not
tell you.
high, so there's no falling
I
asleep
tell you
today.
what, no falling asleep. Stay awake, stay awake. What was I going to say?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I wish I was missed as much as you were. Jeez. Where's Edna?
Jen, you
Where's
would
Edna?
be. Everybody loves talking about you, girl.
Oh, they love
You're on the
talking
tip of
about me
everybody's
always.
tongue.
It's hilarious. Just makes me
It
laugh.
is.
I'm
It's
like,
just the
okay,
way
keep
they show
talking.
love. It's like
Yeah,
they
I
can't help it.
know. I know.
Yeah,
Honestly, it really doesn't bother me. Oh
it shouldn't.
dear. It just makes me laugh actually. So Barley's going, Edna. Right,
Happy.
okay. So did I okay, let's get down here. No snow in Mexico, but when I visit my family in Ohio during the holidays, I get to see snow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're in Mexico, Bea. Nice. Bridge has probably gone to like Big Bear or something. What? What?
Oh, in California to get some snow. You know what? When I moved to
Oh,
California, I threw in my coat. I thought I was just gonna be living on the beach. As soon as it got down to like 40 degrees, I ran in a jacket. I got a little heater. I hate the cold.
I hate it as well. I really I just can't handle it anymore. I mean, I've never liked it, but I just cannot handle it. Maybe because I'm an old bird and my skin's getting thinner. I don't know. But it's like,
Mm.
oh, I
Well,
was out with my
yeah.
son. I was out with my son and his girlfriend on Monday, was it? And we went to a fish place because we both like fish. We both got tanks and everything. And yeah, so I was there, and it was so cold. And we
Uh-huh.
were standing outside. Before we went in there, there's a garden centre, and she was like, "Oh, Jan, do you mind if we go in the garden centre first?" I said, "No, that's fine." Oh my God. I was so cold. I said, I don't know if I'm getting sick, but I cannot stand it out here anymore. I have to go in.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It was so cold. Because long story short, the heating, the heat is too damn high. So darn, excuse me. So the plant, like my little plant that I buy, put on the windowsill to get fresh air. I put it next to the other plant. It froze. Or it didn't actually freeze, but
It
it was like dying
froze.
because it was so cold. It was a cactus, so I probably should have known
Oh,
better.
oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, but it got all brown. Oh, it had a beautiful, like, not a flower, but like a bloom on top.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, boo.
Well, Bridge says she's from MO,
Missouri.
Missouri. I only know that because I've heard Bridge say she's from there, so I cheated. So I've seen snow. It's been a long time though. Wow. Lucky you.
Lucky.
There's snow in the mountains. There's snow in the mountains in California. I need to ask my brothers whether they see snow. One or two live in. Oh no, one's in Florida and one's in California. Yeah. Um,
Oh, they're
I'm
really
with
far away.
Edna. Too cold, says Random Fish. I know it's just too much, isn't it? Long time
Yeah,
no see.
I go outside. I have my boots. I have my socks. I have my tights. I have my jeans. I have my gloves. I have my sweater. I have my coat. I have my trapper hat. I look like an Eskimo.
Oh God, I'm like that. I'm
One
like
day
the
I was
Michelin man.
sweating.
I know. I'm like the Michelin man when I go out, and I've got this awful hat.
Hmm.
I've got this red. I don't know what on earth possessed me to buy a red bobble hat. I look like a
Oh,
gnome. I look like a chocolate gnome. Honestly, whenever I get home, I'm like, I look in the mirror and
I
I'm like,
spent.
did you go out like that? You actually went out like that.
I had someone. They were like, "It's not that cold out." I was like, "Listen, I'm not trying to figure out if it's too cold or not. I want to be warm."
I know, I know. Everyone's names, everyone's named themselves after Jan. Have they?
Oh yeah.
Well,
You're
okay.
international.
I tell you what, I can't knock cheerleading. Carry on, guys. Gets my name out there. It's wonderful. I've got new subs
Oh,
and
it's
everything.
hilarious.
I love it.
Ooh.
Um, right, Bea, Barley says, Bea, I'm annoyed with New Mexico because it is not Mexico. Why did they have to reuse the name? It confuses me nowadays when I call people in USA for work. They had no other idea. Oh, okay. So I take it New Mexico is it away from Mexico? Or
It's a
I don't know.
state. Like we have
Named.
New Hampshire, we have New Jersey, we have New York, we have New Mexico.
You've got some English names as well, haven't you? From what I've seen. Yeah, they
Probably
could have.
in the Northeast. I'm not familiar with that area though.
Yeah.
Be nice, Helper.
Heifer. Hi, Heifer. How are you? Free Edna. Edna's home. Edna's happy to
Yes.
be home.
I want to thank you, Jen, for calling me out. Sometimes we need a little tough love, you know?
Did I give you tough love?
Well, in the round, I mean, well, you were going to block me. You blocked me. That's a
Oh,
little
I
tough,
blocked you
but
for about 3 minutes because
I
I was
know, but I'm
cross.
just,
And then Bridget told me off. So I thought, oh God, I better not get on the wrong side of bridge.
well, it goes both ways. Thank you, Bridge.
But no way. I
but,
mean,
but
I
it's
was
all
more
love,
upset, really.
Yeah.
I was more upset, and I was upset for the for everybody in the chat because we were all saying, "Where's Edna? Where's Edna?" And I kept saying, I said it on more than one occasion. I don't care where she
Mhm.
is, as long as she's okay. That's
Yeah.
all I was
I
worried
mean,
about.
we don't have to rehash it or anything. I'm just saying that,
No.
for the people who are saying Peppa, that I'm being controlled, that I need to be free, that's not the case.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I think we can guess where heifers come
Although
from.
I guess if
Hi,
I
heifer.
well, I guess if I was
Um,
trapped, I wouldn't say it, huh?
someone wants an argument. If you watched the video that I did, the stream that I did actually explain the situation. Okay, no free no free Edna. Control Edna. Edna, do I control you, darling?
No. Like, how would you? First of all, we we disagree on just about everything. We have
I was
such
gonna say
different
that.
point of views.
Well,
It's like, are you watching?
obviously these people that think I've got some sort of, wicked control over people, they obviously don't watch previous Wellness Wednesdays because the whole time Edna's always disagreeing with me. Every time I say something, she says something completely different. Oh my god. Oh, that's why it's so funny, really, because Edna's her own
It
person.
really
And
is.
the funny thing is, um, you know, uh the funny thing is that I've always said, and it's something that I joke about, and I hope I don't upset Edna when I say it. But Edna's does her own thing. And even when she's on stream with me, she does her own thing. And that's what I like about Edna. Edna's not a yes person. She's not a yes, ma'am, no, ma'am type of person. Edna
Mm-mm.
quite often says, how many drink right. First and final warning. If you're going to be upsetting people in my chat, I would ask you to go. If you can't control yourself, Barley, you can kick her out or him out. Okay. I've given Barley a wrench because one of Barley's things is that she's never heard. And that sort of resonated with me. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give Barley a wrench so that she feels as if she is being heard, even if it's just on my channel. That's why I gave Barley a wrench. So if that person speaks once more, Barley, kick them out, darling.
I took care of it. We're just gonna give Helper a few minutes to calm down. And then you
Yeah.
can just chill out a little bit. This is Wellness Wednesday. Maybe come back on Drama Friday. We get a little bit
Yeah,
more
come
crunk,
back
but
Drama
yeah,
Friday. So let's see a little bit more of this snow because I think it's incredible.
it looks beautiful when you're not in it.
It does. Yeah, when you're not in it. That's the trouble. That's the thing. It does look. It looks sort of almost like picture perfect, doesn't it? But can you imagine trying to walk
It does.
around in that? And
Well, you
look
know what? When
here.
you first get out there, it's not as bad. It's once everybody has kind of trampled it and mushed it up, whereas really it
Yeah,
gets difficult.
it's when it's been down a whole day and then the
Hmm.
temperature drops in the evening, and that's
Oh,
when
and
you
it
get
turns
the
to ice.
possibility of ice. And
We're
that's
good for the black ice here. I'm so lucky where I stay is next to a like a business area, so they came out and treated everything, so there's no ice.
yeah, that's why we
Hmm.
grit the roads.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
Um,
Okay.
so Barley didn't realise I'd given her a wrench. I didn't even notice. You're very welcome, my darling.
Aw.
As I've always said to you, okay, you have a voice, use it. You don't always use it the way I'd use mine, but you do you, boo. I, I went into
I
Barley's chat the
find
other day.
Valley hilarious. Yeah.
I went
Valley
into
is
Barley's
very
chat.
talented with her poetry. She's
I think
interesting in
she's
her
lovely.
cooking. Yeah.
I I like Barley, and I like to think that I've sort of taken her under my wing a little bit because, I can sort of understand her frustrations sometimes. And yeah, I actually modded you in the last stream, Barley, but you obviously didn't notice. But yeah, I just know one of the things that she's always said is, I don't have a voice, nobody hears me. Well, you got a voice over here, darling. So don't you worry about it, girl. All right. And you got some fans in here as well. Dirty Snow. Oh, I hate that. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. When you get the dirty snow and then the slush, and then you get like the ice, and then you get another coating of snow, that's when it's dangerous. What are you
Hell
laughing?
yeah, it's the worst. I'm the no because I'm just thinking like of falling and slipping and sliding down the sidewalk. How many times I've done it? Yes, it's
I
terrible.
know, it's horrible. Have you actually gone over? Have you actually fallen over in it?
Are you
Well,
kidding me all the time? Yeah.
oh, do you? You do actually go
I used to
over.
hate like I just yeah, well because I used to hate boots. Now I've grown up and I'm kind of just like I don't know, I'm dead inside. So I'm like, let's just put on the boots. But for whatever reason, as a
Yeah.
child, as a young person, I hate boots. So I would just be slipping and sliding down the road in my tennis shoes.
Slipping and sliding.
Just slipping and sliding.
Right, move on. Oh, here we go. We're going to move to another slide. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, obviously, in the middle, it's not going to have any, is it? Oh, God. I mean, it looks so pretty, doesn't it?
It
But
does.
it's just awful to walk in. See if there's any more, because I don't want to. Oh, Lord. They've obviously not had any bricking done. Okay. Right. I mustn't forget to link his channel. I just thought that was really sweet, and just, something to talk about. Um, right, Barley. Today is the morning appeared live on my Jan's views today in the morning. Oh, that's nice. It was of a person you speak of, no name. He was okay. He was e-begging in the early morning, offering no content, saying he's entertaining himself. I wonder who that could be. But that's for Friday. He has to entertain himself because who else could he entertain? Who else?
Well, I
Bia.
will say they're lurking. Yeah, you know what? It's a character. It's a character. I don't know. I think it's funny.
It's
But
a
we won't get too
character.
much into that. I know.
Oh, no,
Yeah, he's
we
a
don't.
character.
Oh, God, good grief. No, not on a Wednesday. Not on
Okay,
a Wednesday.
that's all I'll say.
You, you weren't here, were you, the other day when Yo Mama came in? You just didn't, it just appeared in the middle of Wellness Wednesday, determined to have some sort of conversation with myself and Bridget. And I sort of said to him, I'm sorry, but it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We
Oh
don't
yeah, I
argue
heard
on
that.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
He
Well,
really
that's the
didn't
thing. It's like we
understand.
can't have drama every day of the, all
No,
day,
no.
every day. That's what Wellness Wednesday is about. We're taking a break from it.
Exactly, exactly. And most of us will understand it. Yeah, but
Mhm.
it was actually quite funny because he was like, "Oh, I don't care what day." No, he's like, "I don't care what day it is. I've got something to say." Oh, go away, go and sit over there, naughty boy. That's what I wanted to say. Go sit over there and speak when you're spoken to. Okay. Anyway,
Well,
so
no, Jen. Okay, I think that's part of his, why he feels some kind of way is because he didn't feel heard when, he's like, I listen to you. Where's the reciprocity if you listening to me, right? And he made a
yeah,
fair point. I don't know exactly if maybe. Well, no, he did make a fair point. Now I think
okay,
about it, he just asked that certain topics not be brought up in his chat. But yeah.
yeah, okay. Now, see everybody. See how Edna sort of, Edna likes to sort of put me in my place every so often. Thanks, Edna, love.
Jen, I love you so much.
This is what we like, Wednesday is just to chill, It's bloody freezing. Some of us, don't have a good time when it's really cold. And
Yeah.
there's just so much nastiness online that it's just nice to have a day where we can just sit and chat. And just chat about the weather and chat about different things. So what have you done today? Oh, you've been working, have you, today?
Yeah, you know what? I was really excited because and I'm sure I'm not like the only one who does this, but in my company, I just created a document to help myself do my work more efficiently. And I noticed that they're going to implement it in my department. So I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to give myself credit for that, even though.
Oh, you do make me laugh, Edna. Oh my God. I bet all your cupboards are really neat, aren't they? I bet everything's in its place, isn't it?
You know what is kind. Oh God. I am kind of particular. Yeah, I do line things up and stuff like that. What can I say? That's how I am.
Yeah, but I wish I was. I'm. I don't know. I'm kind of like that. I know where everything is, but there are places that I'm one of these people. I don't utilize what I've got. I don't know if anyone in the chat can
Oh,
understand that, but it's like I'll put things away, and I love boxes. Like you get ornate boxes. I love them,
oh
so
yeah.
I've got loads of
Hmm.
them, but then I've only got crap in them, or I put things in them, and then I forget what's in them, so I
You
never
need
go back.
labels.
Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
I
Why I
do that
line things up.
all the
That's I'm a minimalist just because yeah. But the thing is, it's like why have all this stuff if you're not able to enjoy it, right? So that's why I don't have it. Because when it's out of sight, it's
Oh,
out of
right.
mind.
Okay, so you're a minimalist. I'm the opposite, and this is why we get on so well. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
maximalist. And there is such a thing. I follow a lot of other maximalists on Insta, and I just love their homes. Um, so yeah, I'm a maximalist. So you would die if you if you came here
No,
because
I would love it because it's not me. If it was me, oh, I would be overwhelmed. But,
yeah,
for somebody else, you do you. I love looking at all the colors and textures and all that kind of stuff. It's fun. But like for me, and it's so funny because when I was younger, like I remember my mom repainting the house and I was like, Mom, we gotta do color. Let's have a red wall. She's like, absolutely not. I was able to fight and fight to get a pale blue in my room.
really. So she'd
Yes,
she'd
she
paint
would
it all. Would she paint it all magnolia?
yeah, all white. So, but
Okay.
she somewhat fair.
Right. Okay. So hang on a minute. So Barley's what is this maximalist? I would think hoarder because minimalists look to have as little as possible. Um, yeah, it's kind of the opposite. You obviously don't watch any of my shorts because I do put some up. Let me see if I've got a home one to show you. Um, let's see. Do, 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 do. Right, let me see. Okay, if I've got anything anywhere that shows my home. Right, a maximalist is somebody who we Google. Shall we have a fun? Shall we have a Google sesh? I'm a
Yes, let's do.
minimalist.
I love Google.
I'm a minimalist, but I inherited everybody's garbage. Or
Baggage.
baggage. Sorry. Why do I have a closet full of my mother's dishes? Do you know what? I went to my
I
daughter's
think
the
that's
other day.
beautiful.
I went to my
Mm-hmm.
daughter's the other day, and she said, "Oh, Mum, I've got some of your bits you left behind." Because what happened was I sold my house to my daughter because they
Mm.
lived in this tiny little house, and I was in like a three double bedroom house. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, I don't need this great big house. Why don't you buy my house?" And anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's
that's what we
smart.
did because she had,
Yeah.
two babies at the time, and I said, why don't you, buy it? So after a
So
bit of
what did you
persuasion,
do? Buy like a condo or are
did.
you renting?
No, yeah, I rented.
Okay.
I went into rented, but it's sort of rent to buy. So I'm in a nice bungalow. Um,
Ooh.
Right. So maximalist is like colors, textures, big chunky items as a decor in your home. Exactly, Bea. That's what my home is like. As I said, I live it. My home is like a what do you call it? An art gallery.
Oh, a
I have
museum.
seen art, designs, clothes, printing. So maximalist means art. No. Ah. No, I mean, my home is like a gallery because I'm an artist and I hang a lot of art. But to be a maximalist, you don't have to have a lot of art, although most people do, I have to say.
I
I'm a
think of
minim
being eclectic.
Yeah. Well, that's all under the term of maximalism. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
minimalist, the less the better. Having lots of items in my house or my homes overwhelms me. And I don't like colours for some odd reason. Oh no,
Yes,
Bea.
Bia. Yes,
Oh
Bia.
no. Oh no. Oh, that's really struck me. That struck me in my heart.
Are you okay? You're
Only
gonna be.
just. Only just. Um,
Oh.
Like Bali's also a minimalist because I moved countries, homes, and learned to have as little as
Yeah.
possible. Makes life easier. Just what's important and essential. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, Thea, you may just as well have stabbed me in the heart. I'm sorry, I can't cope. Um, right. I agree, Barley. Yes, you learn this later when you start to think no place is permanent. Okay. Are colours that's interesting. Are colours overstimulating? I think
I
some
think they
people do
can.
find them overstimulating.
Mhm.
They do. When I was have to laugh. When I was friends with Carsten, we used to chat, FaceTime all the time. And he used to get overwhelmed by my house. Ah!
Really? Like through the screen? That's
He
funny.
used to get overwhelmed by it, and he'd say, "I can't, I couldn't possibly live there." And I'm like, "Well, why not?" I mean, to me, it's almost like I built myself a cocoon. It's a
Mhm.
cocoon of opulence, if you like, and art
Oh.
and beauty and textures and color. Yeah, that's how I
Nice.
see it. Um, what's that? Bea, I saw you have no colours. I saw. I said it's very clean. You are white, grey, silver kind of gal. Some people like that. That's not me,
Mhm.
guys. Let me just see if I can find. Let me see if I can
I don't
find
know
any
what
of.
the aesthetic is called, but it's like tans and blush, sage, those kind of like earthy tones. I like that a lot too.
Oh, sort of an urban look, I think they call that, don't they?
Is it urban? Okay. I
Well, I
don't know
think.
for sure.
Is it urban? Let me see. I have put some videos up. Hang on.
Maybe with like a
Bea,
gold
you
accent.
Bea, you better look away, darling. You won't be able to cope. um,
Well, if she
right.
could take this screen, because look at all the colors and textures and everything. Like the wallpaper is amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is yeah. Hang on one sec. I just need to see if I can find. I'm in my. There must be one. Oh, Winter Wonderland. Okay, I can play you that. Hang on one sec. Let's play you this. Share screen. Okie dokie. Right. Okay. We're gonna play this one. Winter Wonderland. My
Here comes
house.
Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen,
Sorry about the
Blitzen,
music.
all his reindeer pulling on the reins.
Roll away, it's the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along,
I don't care
walking
about
in the winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a
right.
snowman
That's one wall.
and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, "Are you married?" We'll say, "No, man." But you can do the job when you're in town.
He is probably
And
passed
all
out.
will
Here
conspire
comes Santa
as we
Claus,
dream by the
here
fire
comes Santa
to
Claus.
face unafraid the plans that we made. Walking in a winter wonderland, living in a winter wonderland.
Okay. I think there's another one. How do we go back? Um,
But you know
Hang on.
what? Your videos are shot up close, so I don't feel overwhelmed. I think like if you zoomed out and you kind of saw maybe the scope of everything, that might be overwhelming. But when you're zoomed in like that, I don't know. I find it fine. I like it.
Well, thank you, darling. Well, there's one where I'm sure I opened the door. Oh, I did this one. What am I showing there? Okay. Bea, are you still with us, darling? Right. This is I'm trying to show her. Hang on a minute. There's another one I did. where I open the door and you can see the lounge. See, I
Oh,
do
that
look.
lady singing in the choir cracked me up. That reminded me of one of my old
Oh,
managers.
isn't that hilarious?
She was
See,
a like actually she invited us to her choir performance like so, and I mean so theatrical, like the same thing. It was so funny.
that would be me. Seriously. Like, where's the one where I open the door? Maybe I'd put it on Insta, because you have to be careful what you put on here, because there's like, you know,
Mm.
in this. Well, I don't think it's that far back, is it? I don't really know. Oh, hang on, maximalism. Okay, interior styling. I do show quite a lot. Right, okay. Bea, are you ready? She's still here.
She's still hanging on.
She's hanging on. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's that one. Right. Okay, this one. Okay.
This is how we live. Oh my, got me feeling so high. Throw your hands up, let me know that you're alright. Oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we live. This is how we live. If you're looking for the problems in this world, you're gonna find them. All you gotta do is look out the door. If you're looking for that good stuff, it's already up inside you. All you gotta do is just let it show.
There. So that's what maximalism is.
Yeah, I think you get a better idea looking at all the art
Yeah.
on the walls. Like you
Do something with your mic, darling. Your mic's
and it's a
playing up.
minimalism, like you only need one.
Oh wow, that looks
Oh, am I?
crazy. Yeah, you wouldn't like it, darling. Oh, okay. Barley says, okay, so I understand this maximalist, not to have a lot of stuff and not clutter, but much art and decor. Yeah, no fear of over decorating. Yeah, no, absolutely no fear of it. In fact, I've got to the stage now, I've got no room left. And if I'm out, like if I'm out with one of my daughters, because they're the ones that will say something, if I look at something, they'll say, Mother, you've got no room left. Stop it. So yeah, that's
So
how
are
they
you gonna
talk
have a
to me.
sale or donate some things? Like, what are you gonna do to refresh your space?
I tend to sort of, I don't know, if I refresh, if I change something, then it'll normally go into another room.
Okay.
Like, you know, if I buy, I do change it all the time. But and also the artwork, if I do a exhibition or something, then and I take some down, then I'll paint something else and put it up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just hope I never move out. I know. But but you know, I just you live how you know how you want to live, I guess. And I've been quite lucky in that both my partners, not that I had them together, but you know, one after the other, they were very they were very, you know, they didn't mind how I decorated, and one of them was actually a builder. So
Oh,
I would,
wow.
yeah. So he built, you know, sort of an extension at the back of the house, and it was a detached house. So he went right the way along the back and
Nice.
used and behind the garage. So we had like a massive sort of extension there, and then went up over the garage. But anyway, when it came to decor, he'd just say, "Oh, well, what do you want?" So
Nice.
I'd always choose the decor, and I always liked in this particular house I'm thinking of. I knew what I wanted. I wanted I mean, it wasn't as out there as it is now because I had small children, and my home isn't really children friendly. But obviously,
I
when
was
my
thinking
children,
about Aska.
sorry,
What do you do? Is she like? Cause don't cast Aska? Is that how you say it? Her name, your
yeah,
cat's
ask
name?
her, ask her.
Yeah. Doesn't she like? Or I don't know if she does, but cat. Yeah, I'm always watching cat videos and they're knocking things off the shelf or the table. You don't have that problem?
Yeah, she does sometimes, but um, it's not a see. Cats weren't. There's nothing really that she could knock off. She knows where she can and can't go, I suppose. And
Okay.
I've got like enough seating. I've got like the sofa, and I've got two individual chairs. And she sits on a particular cushion. She's on there now, and yeah, she's not. I mean, I think maybe if she was a kitten and was running around everywhere, then that would be a bit more difficult. But I've noticed she has clawed a few things that I hadn't noticed before. But I drape a lot anyway, so I use a lot of fabrics and a lot of blankets and throws.
Mm-hmm.
So I just swap them up. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But yeah. As I say, I was quite lucky in that, both my partners um, didn't mind what I did in the home, and I used to do quite a lot of. I used to paint a lot on the walls. I would do
Oh.
a mural and have
Mm-hmm.
tree, a painted tree, and then it would go onto the ceiling and things like that, and they were perfectly fine. They were perfectly fine with it. Partner number 1 and partner number 2, both of them actually, they didn't mind, which is just as well. So I think we're gonna have a break. We're gonna have a break.
Okay.
And yeah, I used to paint everything, and I think that's one of the reasons I decided I need to start painting on canvases because otherwise I just paint and it's difficult when you painted a mural, it's very difficult to paint over it. So at least if I paint on a canvas, I can swap a canvas out and put another canvas up. Um, but
Is it difficult because you're like attached to the mural, like you don't want to get rid of it?
yeah, and I'd
Oh,
always
okay.
do them in random places. Like I did one of the houses I lived in, it had like a gallery kitchen. So as you walked in from the dining room, you could see the side of the cupboard, of the what do you call it, of the kitchen cupboard. And I thought, "Ugh,
Okay.
that's getting on my nerves." So, I painted it. I painted some scene on there, and a friend of mine said, "Oh God, will you do one for me?" So I said, "Yeah, okay then." So I went over there, and she had, like you've got like a cupboard under the stairs. You've got the staircase coming down, and then you've got a cupboard underneath. She wanted something on there, so I said, "So
Oh,
what is
okay.
the sort?"
Yeah.
And the thing is, because I'm abstract, I would never sort of
Mm-hmm.
do it as it was, um right, okay, so I remember with this one, and I really liked the picture actually. It was a little girl and a pair, because she had girls, and it was a pair of Wellington boots. So I painted, like, on the door, right? It was the door to a little cupboard under the stairs. So I painted, like, half the girl on one side of it. So and she had, like, a rain mac on, so then I could paint pretty flowers and everything on there. And then I painted
Mm-hmm.
some matching boots to the left of that. And, it was fabulous. I mean, the only thing with that is you have to be careful about, what you use for longevity. So I
Oh,
would use
right.
like a spray, a satin spray because you don't want it too, shiny, you want it more matte. Well, you can buy matte varnish, so I would either paint it over with a matte varnish or I'd spray it with a matte varnish. And then she said, I think she was taking the mick, actually. She said, "Jan, I've got that one at the top of the stairs." I went, "Oh, for God's sake." I said, "What do you want?" She said, "I don't know." So I did this great big picture at the top of her stairs so that when you went up to the top of the stairs, I sort of bordered it all out, right? And then I painted, can't remember what color I painted that, but I wanted it to be the image I had in my head, it needed to have strong edges, and I wasn't going to do right the way across the wall. So I think I drew like an oblong or rectangle, quite big actually, border, and then I did something similar to what was downstairs. I'd done this painting and she'd really liked it, and it was of a little girl with a teddy bear. Wonder what happened to that. Anyway, so I showed it to her. I said, well, what about that? Do you want that at the top of the stairs? And she said, oh my God, it's lovely. So I painted that. And again, I did the same thing. I did half the little girl on the right-hand side with her arm, with her right arm going backwards, holding a teddy bear, and it worked really well. It was fabulous.
Nice.
So yeah, I've always painted, and yeah, and I've always painted my homes. In fact, this home and the last home before this are the only homes that I hadn't painted on the walls, and my daughter's delighted because she bought that house. Oh, I try. I mean, every so often I'm tempted to do something, but I'm like, no, enough, Jan, enough already. But then I go outside and I paint things on the fence and things like that. Can't help it. What's that noise I can hear? Anyway,
Oh,
what is that
just
noise?
the road. It's somebody driving down the street. Sorry.
Oh, right. It's a road.
Yeah, I live
Oh,
in the no, I'm just kidding. I just live off of a major
it
street,
sounds
so you can
like
hear
somebody's blowing through a tube. That's what it
No,
sounds.
it's just off the. Sometimes there'll be big trucks coming down, and I swear it shakes the building.
Really? That
It
is
feels like it.
scary.
Yeah.
Guys, I've
It
got a
only.
treat. I've got a treat for you now,
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
it's a couple of minutes long, so you can go and do your business, do whatever you want. But I found on my computer, I found a couple of pieces of my son singing. So I thought, oh,
Ooh.
maybe I'll use that. There's one that he wrote himself. I'm going to save that for another day. But I'm going to play this one because I've got it all set up ready. So let's see if I've done this right. No, I haven't. Right, okay. I had this all set up. This is annoying. Why did that go there and not there? Right. Okay. I'd already set this up, Edna. Right, okay.
I know, I believe you. Jan, when are we gonna go over the PowerPoint?
No, we're not having a Shut your face! You and Bridge aren't going to let me live that down, are you? What's wrong? What's wrong with doing a PowerPoint when you've got things to say?
There's
Not my
nothing
fault I
wrong
was a
with it.
teacher. Shut your face.
No, I love it. It's so funny. You know what? I am the first one to throw something into a spreadsheet. People are like, you do spreadsheets for fun? It's like, how else am I going to organize everything? You know?
How dare you? You've broken my heart. Oh my God. How dare you? Anyway, we're going to have a break. It's a couple of minutes long. Enjoy. And we'll see you. You may want to mute yourself, Edna, but I don't think I can. So
Okay.
I'm just going to go into the other room and make myself a quick cup of tea. Here we go. This is the boy.
am a mountain, I am a tall tree. Oh, I am a swift wind sweeping the country. I am a river down in the valley. Oh, I am a vision and I can see clearly. If anybody asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look him in the face and say, I'm that star up in the sky, I'm that mountain deep up high. Hey, I made it, I'm the world's greatest. And I'm that little bit of hope, with my back's against the ropes. I can feel it, I'm the world's greatest. I am a giant, I am an eagle, oh, I am a lion down in the jungle. I am a marching band, I am the people, oh, I am a helping hand, and I am a hero. If anybody asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look him in the face and say that I'm that star up in the sky, I'm that mountain deep up high. Hey, I made it, I'm the world's greatest. And I'm that little bit of hope, with my back's against the ropes. I can feel it, I'm the world's greatest. In the rain of life, I will reign, and the world will notice again. Oh yeah, yeah. Shining light, the wheels of success will find me. Said I made it, I'm the world's greatest, and I'm that little bit of hope, yeah. Oh yeah, I can feel it, I'm the world's greatest. Oh, I'm a star up in the sky. Oh yes I am, I've been made it, and I'm that little bit of hope, yeah. Oh, with my back's against the ropes.
And we're back in the room. I hope you enjoyed that. That's my boy. He sent me that. I've had it ages ago now. Yeah, he has. He's got a really nice tone to his voice, hasn't he?
He does.
Very
It's
proud
very
of him.
nice.
Yeah. I've got his an own composition of his, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play it because he's very particular and it has to be exactly right. So I'll have to get the okay from him first because I don't want to go upsetting him and playing it and him saying, "Oh mother, why did you play that? I hadn't finished it." So yeah, he did used to write his own songs, but he's just too busy now. On the road. On the road. Right, okay, so let's see. Okay. Oh, you have no confidence in your creativity. Why is that? And also, I was brought up in the mindset art doesn't make money. Don't bother to waste time on it. Sad. It is sad. But sadly,
Yeah.
a lot of people do think that. There's very few, most really good artists are posthumous artists. They're recognized posthumously, which means after they're dead. So yeah. That's probably when I'll get famous as being an artist, when I'm a
No,
goner.
yeah. Well, you know what though? I won't say I used to. I love the book The Artist's Way. I can't remember the name of the author off the top of my head, but it's a really good book about it's basically everybody's an artist, and it's just about tapping into that creativity, that kind of like energy source within.
Yeah.
So that might be
Yeah. It's
a good place to start with getting your creativity juices going because it's really like for me when it comes to money and art, I don't like putting the pressure of making it successful, making art successful, right? I don't know, I just think art should be the expression that it is, you know.
yeah. There's a lot of people who feel like that. And one of my sons is going out with this girl who is an absolutely amazing artist. And I keep saying to her, let me, why don't you put it on? I mean, she has sold,
Mhm.
but she doesn't want to get too big because she's very shy. And I keep saying to her, "Oh my God, you're so talented. You should,
But with all
maybe do this and that." She doesn't want to do it because she doesn't want that pressure.
yeah,
She
because
doesn't want the pressure.
wait, it's with the popularity with all those eyes come a lot of criticism, and people always like people do not know how to give their their opinion or whatever in a nice way. Like we look up at people's comments all the time. It's so funny. I was watching this TikTok on this woman on TikTok, and she does realistic food wax. So they're like wax candles and things like that, but it looks like food. And she uses
All
different
right.
types of like gel wax and stuff. So it honestly like probably 7 out of 10 times, I think I'm looking at food, and it's not until she puts it in the warmer and it starts melting that I'm like, wait a minute, it breaks your mind. And she posted a video today with this ridiculous song that was kind of like "F you" or it's kind of like somebody rapping tough about beating somebody up or something like that. And she's like, I use that song because that's how my comments are because everybody's like, how dare you make this look so good and I can't eat it.
I know. I know. I've seen that before, but do you know what? That doesn't work with my mind. I don't like
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it really sort of, I don't know, it jars my mind. There's something in my head that
hmm.
really doesn't like that. It's really strange. And yet I can see the beauty of it and I can see the talent in it, but my mind doesn't allow me to,
Oh, I love it. It's
yeah,
like
it's
the cake
weird.
when people make different things, uh, but it's cake. there's a um,
I know.
there's a woman on. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's so funny. I don't know. I just think it's. I don't know. Just art at its best. just tricking you.
Hi, Capone. How are you, darling? Nice to see you. There are artists who think like that, who make art that is not at all archival. Oh, archival? Archival. How would you say that?
Jan, I have no idea. Fish, help us
Yeah,
out.
because it's like archives, so it's archival. That is purposely made to be temporary. Yeah, see, I can't think like that.
Oh, like the monk. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think like that, and it's funny because I do like to watch baking shows, and they bake
Hmm.
beautiful cakes. I love that, but my heart cries every time the judge sticks a knife in it, and I just can't get over that. I'm like, "Oh, they've spent hours, creating this beautiful cake, and somebody comes
Hmm.
along and carves it up with a knife." No. See, I
No,
just
I
no.
love that. I remember when I was in college, we had Tibetan monks come every year, and they would create all of these intricate sand designs or these designs in sand. And they're traveling everywhere, so they just pack it up and take it with them. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, like how can you destroy it?" But it's like that's the whole thing. It's like nothing in life is permanent,
Yeah, but it
so you have to
is
learn
if
that.
you're
Like,
an artist. That's the thing. And I think that's where I struggle. I think that's where, because I think with an artist's mind, I can't imagine painting something and then allowing, then allowing somebody to come along and carve it up. I think that's the disconnect with me. I just can't.
C'est la vie. That's just life, you know.
Yeah.
Things there's
No, but
always
it's
change.
not.
There's all
It's not
yeah.
in the artist. It's not in the artist's life, though,
Yeah.
is it? It's like if you think of the most beautiful pieces of artwork, somebody hasn't gone along and destroyed it. Well, you do get idiots that do, but you know what I mean. It's like the 16
Right.
16
And you
chapel.
know,
Can you imagine? I
right.
mean,
Yeah, it's like in
took
civilized
years
society,
to
we
paint.
value art and we preserve it and maintain it. Like I 100% agree with you. But I just think I don't know, it's a great lesson to kind of learn because I mean, look at technology where people can get hacked and systems can be wiped and you have to start over and it's just it is what it is.
Yeah. So we can't even agree with that.
You're like, absolutely not. Don't touch my art.
Yeah. Archival, like some paints, some papers, etc., lend to the longevity of the work. But some people will make art with biological material like hair or blood. Yeah, exactly. That cannot maintain even cake. Yes, I agree with you there. I agree with. There are some artists like it. I'm just not one of them. Uh, Barley says, I'm no artist and I feel like you do the same. Yeah. See, everyone's different, aren't they? Interesting. Interesting. Um, Corporate office art is the worst, in my
Mhm.
opinion. They buy those ugly, messy paintings with no meaning at all. I know. I know. Or, they buy from an
Yeah.
agency. They buy from an agency, so a lot of it is, mass produced, and that's
Mhm.
something that, as an artist, you're always fighting against because all the big corporations, even the big companies, like I don't know, yeah, you do have them, like, say, Macy's in the States or John Lewis over
Oh yeah.
here. You can't
Mhm.
I couldn't sell any of my stuff to John Lewis because John Lewis, which is like a huge sort of, department store or even Selfridges, they have their own buyers, and they'll have art buyers who won't buy individual, artists' work. They'll buy from an agency. So, yeah, it's
So
a
how would that
shame.
work? You would have to like partner, or you had to like have a contract or something with the agency, and then they would sell the work on
Yeah,
your behalf.
yeah. Basically, what you would have to do is sell your art for, like, nothing because
Mhm.
they're gonna want to make money off of it. So, you'd have to sell your art to them. I mean, there are some people that manage to do it, I suppose, but generally speaking, they just have a catalogue of generic art pieces that, they put up. I know there are some stores that do sell decent artist work, but it's mass produced, and that's something that, you know, um, how can I put it? It's very difficult for an artist to break into that market, because
Right.
especially if you want to, sell, suppose, and you do want to sell a lot of your work, you could only really sell it as a print, like through a department store, or you have to, I don't know, somehow get through to the buyers and, for them to like your work and, it's a lot. There's an awful lot involved. People don't realise it, and that's why there's so many sort of art galleries because you can buy from an art gallery and you'll buy an original from an art gallery. Now, I
Mm.
know in some stores, you can buy original art from, from a department store, but generally speaking, it will be a print. It won't be the original because if you've managed to get yourself into, that, what you call it, that agency, then you will have sold a lot of your artwork to them, for virtually next to nothing.
So the artist has to completely sell it. They're not able to license it, or kind of receive
Yeah, I
royalties
mean,
on it or anything.
yeah, you can, but it's still gonna be it's gonna be at a lower price,
Okay.
because obviously they're not gonna be able to sell thousands of an original, are they? Unless
Right.
unless it's a very prolific artist. Do you see what I
Hmm.
mean?
Right.
Whereas,
But you know what?
so
I think.
it's easier for the
Sorry. Go ahead.
store to get in, as what they would call original prints, and then they can sell them by the hundreds or thousands. Do you see what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, it does become very commercial, and that's something that, I sort of, fight against, really. Um,
I was
okay.
gonna say, I think it's something to be said about like having a dependable vibe. Like, if you go to a certain, hotel or whatever, like if you want that sense of familiarity in every hotel location, you have to have maybe 100 of the same print, so I can see where it could be useful and actually preferable.
It's funny, I wanted to keep that one up because I had something to say about the corporate office art. I've actually sold to corporations, um, and it's funny that you say they buy those ugly, messy paintings with no meaning at all. I tell you, the thing with I'm an abstract artist.
Dang, Bia just.
Right. I'm an abstract artist, okay? So that means I could have a room full of people and each person is going to see something different in that piece of artwork. And that's what I
Jen,
like.
that should be your new tagline. Ugly, messy paintings with
Yeah,
no meaning at all.
I see the ugly, messy paintings
Oh,
by Dan. Yeah. Oh dear.
oh,
So
that is so good.
I I sold to what you find if is some companies what they'll do again, most of them use agencies, I have to say, and
Mhm.
most of them are prints. But anyway, um, but sometimes, local corporations will ask artists for artwork and they'll buy it off you. Now, I had that happen a couple of times actually, and it turned out it was the health service. Over here we have the NHS, which is the National Health Service, and
Mm.
they put out I used to go to a gallery because I used to hang in galleries as well, um, and, not myself, my art pieces, and, somebody was saying, "Oh, the NHS are shout out, they want artwork, but they want it with a meaning." So, Bea, sometimes they do have a meaning, okay? So, one that I sold to them was called Al Fresco. And, so in order to get it sort of accepted, I had to describe what the picture was, and, it was going into mental health clinics throughout the
Mhm.
county, and, so they said they wanted, pictures that would mean something to mental people that came in there. So I know one that
That's
I sold them
wonderful.
was called Al Fresco, and but
Mhm.
I sold them the original, and I regret it to this day because that picture was really special to me, and I don't know why I sold it. I don't know why I sold the original, but, I got good money for it. So I have got a few of my pieces, like ugly. What did she call it? Ugly,
She's
ugly
oh
messy
man, she said
paintings.
messy, ugly painting with no meaning at all.
Yeah, but I think I can't remember whether I actually had to write underneath what it meant. Um, and I actually let's see if I can find it. Actually, I've got it here. Hang on.
That is
And
that
it's
is
always
powerful.
been one of my favorite. And I mean, yeah, I do get a certain amount of um compensation knowing that other people are looking at it and thinking, "What a complete mess."
But you know what? Maybe that's
Ah,
exactly what they
I have to laugh at
want
myself.
in a mental health office or something, like something that people can relate to.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it.
Um,
That's nearly like the original, I'd say. Hang on one sec. Let's open this. Right, this is our fresco, but I've only now because I sold the original, and it's such a difficult picture to paint. Um, I mean, it was brighter than that as well. Anyway, hang on one sec. I'll show you it. This was our fresco. Share the screen. Share. Uh, okay. This is al fresco. Right now, it was much brighter. And if you see around here, right, see here, they were like bright red berries. And then if you
oh,
look
okay.
here, it's it's like a how I explained it was like everything that incorporates a picnic. Now, where's Bea? She's gonna say it doesn't look anything like a picnic. Okay, but I explained it as being a freeing experience and having everything that you need, or you'd want in a picnic. So here I had like bright red berries. This is just a print of it, and it's nothing near as brilliant as the
Mm,
original. And then I had some flowers, some roses here. I had some
okay, I could see the
musical notes
roses.
here,
Where the
and
music? Oh, I
here,
see,
that
like the
there,
keyboard. Okay, yeah.
yeah, is a musical note, and that is a
Mhm.
keyboard, and also there's a treble clef there, and there was a
Oh,
lot
yeah. Okay.
there was a lot more sort of green, and it was stunning. I loved it, and yeah, I went and sold the bloody thing. And I really
You
regret it because I love it. I mean, I have got prints of it, but
do you
it's just
really?
not the same. And also it was very, very vibrant. So
Mm.
I would love to know what people thought that looks like looks like an acid dream. Ah, ah. I've never taken drugs. I've never taken drugs, so no, it's not an acid. Oh dear, that's so
You know
funny.
what? Some of us are just naturally high on life.
Yeah. Do you know I used to say that? And oh, this is more like the original colours. See, the thing is, I manipulated it. I sort of messed about with it online, and it's never as good as the original. See, this one is
Mhm.
brighter. Let's show you this one. I wanted to. Right, hang on one sec. Let's get this up for you. It was a bit brighter, even more of an acid trip. Ah, but this is on a big canvas, so you can see it's brighter. Um, Now, yeah, but this I've manipulated. Okay, yeah.
So what
Um,
is the white in the like at the top and the middle? What is it?
this white, I can't remember. That was paint dripping. I love paint
Oh,
dripping. Um, But yeah, as I say, this is manipulated. I'll have to
mm.
see if I can find one that isn't manipulated. But yeah, so that's
Jen, do
one of
you
the
remember when I was going to say, do you remember
hello?
when the crayon art was was really popular. Everybody was melting crayons and making designs out of it.
Crayons?
Yeah,
No. Oh, some
it
people
was,
do
I
like,
don't know. Huh?
yeah. Yeah, I know. Some people do like to use crayons. I don't. This is acrylic. Yes, it's acrylics. They're acrylics. You also use a lot of white as well as colors. Um, yes, I tend to because white makes it pop. I think you need a neutral color. Yeah, white and black are neutral colors. So white will sort of, split up the colors, especially when you use such vibrant colors.
Mm.
Um, but I don't always use it, but I do try. I do try to. Just gonna have a look here. Actually, I was gonna show you Sophie. Oh, I said a bloody name now. Why am I such a twat? Anyway, this is my son's girlfriend's artwork. Okay. Um, right, let's share it. This is it. Do I just think she is amazing. She's a completely different artist to me. I'm just so in awe of her. She's anyway, I'll show it to you. Hang on one sec. This is it. Look at this. And
Oh.
just uses black and white. So Bea, you probably get on well with her because she just uses black and white. But she's a fabulous artist. Let me play this for you. And this is all on paper. She just sits there.
What's the like charcoal or pencil or what?
No, pencil. This is all pencil.
Oh,
And she loves animals, so yeah. Don't you think that's amazing?
yeah, that's really nice.
I think it's
For me to draw
brilliant.
something like that, I would have to grid it out and like really plan, like take a picture and copy. Basically trace it, but I wouldn't have to literally trace it. But I
I
can't
couldn't
draw
do
like
that.
realistically like that.
I wouldn't even attempt what she does. But she likes to do like her pictures are normally quite small as well, but they're oh, what's the word? They're so detailed. She
Intricate.
does amazing. She's done pictures of my son, her fella, and oh my
Hmm.
god, they are absolutely stunning. And they're always in black and white. I've got one. I need to frame it actually. So I do, even though my art is a certain way, I do. Excuse me. I do appreciate other people's art. I only notice because in watercolor, you don't use white as much unless you're using gouache too. White is the paper. Ah,
Hmm.
yeah. I started when I started painting, uh, years ago when I was still at school. I started painting, and I started with oils. And then I moved over to watercolors because I find watercolors are much more pliable. I don't really like painting in oils. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the tackiness of it. Because I'm quite a tactile person. It's
Hmm.
just no, it sort of just makes me feel a bit. Even talking about it, it just makes me feel a
Oh, I
bit.
thought you would like the texture on the canvas. No.
Um, Yeah, and I mean, there are instances that I have used it, but I'm a mixed media artist, just to throw something else out there. I'm a mixed media, which means that I use acrylics, I use oils, I use inks, I use textiles. Um, so yeah. Um, So I use when I'm seriously painting, I use a lot. I use a
Hmm.
gesso as well because gesso's good for
What is that?
uh It's a bit like, right, when you look at it, it looks like white paint, but it hardens. So if you want to use, like, if you want to produce textures, like I did in, right, see that piece here? How am I going to get you over there? Oh no, I've gone over it. Right, if I, there, see that bit there next to us? That's that's one of my pieces. And yeah, I use gesso on that. So I would use it on say the building, on the roof, on the chimney.
Okay.
You just sort of, yeah, you just sort of use it to where you want a different level, you want a different texture.
Okay.
And I
So
love,
do you use it just for the color, or is it for the texture as well?
no, you just for the texture, because you paint
Oh, okay.
over it. It goes hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes hard and then you paint over it. And I've used it a lot for the last 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. My last 4 pieces I've used gesso. I'm still sort of playing around with it quite a bit. And also my gesso is if there's any artists here, can you tell me, can I add water to gesso? Just a drop of water? Or will that completely ruin it? Because my gesso's got so hard now. So yeah, I like to use it, but I really want to do some more big pieces, but I've got nowhere to put them. So gesso has a bit of gloss. I think it does. I think it does. It's been a bit since I did oil. So yeah, but gesso hardens. So I use it like I did a picture for my son's girlfriend for Christmas. I don't know if I've got it here. And what did I call it? I don't know what I called it. Yeah, and she loves autumn. So what I did was I drew lots of trees. I did trees, I did leaves, I did hedges. So what I did was I used a lot of gesso to bring out the trees. Do you know what I mean?
Right, to give it
So
more
that it's
dimension.
not flat. So it's more like, 4D, 3D or whatever. I don't do so much. Sorry. I can't do oil because so much stuff like turpentine. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you
Oh,
did
yeah.
a digital. Yeah, I do digital as well. Let me just see if it's here, and then we're gonna have to go because I'm getting tired. And
What
I'm
time is
sure
it for you?
I'm
11
sure
p.m.
you are as well. It's what is it? 10 past midnight.
Okay.
Well, I
We
don't
are
know.
getting close to my bedtime. I
What
work.
time is it there?
Well, it's only 6 p.m. for me, but I'm trying to get in bed.
No,
Well,
it's
first of
not.
all, I'm an old lady. Didn't you hear? Oh, yo, mama, us 40-year-olds, and I'm not even 40, but I feel like I'm close enough. He's like, he said something of, and he mentioned the age 40 being old, and I was like, 40 is not old. Don't do that to
Well,
me.
he's 40, isn't he? So he probably does feel
Yeah,
old. Bless his
you know,
little
I feel like
heart.
millennials feel like elderly. Like we've seen so much.
Well, the thing is, when you're 20, you think 40 is old, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And then when you're
Hmm.
40, you think 50's old and 60's old. It's just, that's life. Anyway, I'm not going to go through any more of my artwork.
Now that
I can't find it.
I don't think of it so
Edna makes
old.
me
I
sad.
feel like 80
Hang
and
on.
90, that's old now. Like I'm
Edna makes me sad the way she goes to bed so early. What time do you go to bed then, Edna?
I don't, listen, if fish is up all night, I can't hang. I need my sleep. Listen, I can't be sitting up here with, there's money on the line. So, I can't be missing mistakes because I'm sleepy.
You need your brain, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right.
Yes.
Okay, Edna, I'm going to say thanks, lovely. It was lovely having you back on again. I didn't force you too
Thank
much, did
you.
I?
You didn't force me at all. I wanted to, and I'm glad I was able to make it. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat. It's been lovely.
Yeah, it's always a joy to have you up here, darling. And I don't know if you're up for Friday. I'll leave that up to you.
I have
I
a
just leave
doctor's
it up to you.
appointment in the early afternoon, but I should make it back by our normal time. So hopefully.
I'll leave it up to you, darling, because I don't want to force you. The rubbish people come out with, honestly.
Twisted my arm. I mean, I understand, and it's really nobody's business, but like we are semi-public for what it is, with me being a lurker, right? So
Yeah.
I get how it might appear, but honestly, truly, if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't.
No,
Like
you wouldn't.
that's just the end of it, and I did feel bad not being here, and I want to say that when I say like I appreciate the tough love, or however you want to categorize it, just kind of like getting on me, because it was needed to help remind myself that, like, to get out of my own head, So I appreciate it. Thank you,
Well,
Jan.
I don't like to think it was tough love. I think, I was more sort of thinking about how I was feeling and how the other people were thinking, because every time I went somewhere, it was like, "Where's Edna?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." So anyway, it's
No,
water under the bridge. Let people think what they want to think.
thank
We
you.
know the truth, and that's what matters. So hopefully see you Friday. Take care of yourself, Edna. Lovely to have you up. Thanks for coming. And a goodbye to everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming in and taking part. Nice and relaxing, and just how we like Wednesday, isn't it? So you take care of yourselves out there, because it's a rotten old world. Bye bye for now.